Hey guys, today I'm going to have a look at all of the Christopher Nolan Blu-rays. I just recently got a few of his films and I realised that I've got all of his films on Blu-ray. So I thought I'd do a little video just showing you all of the Blu-rays that are out. All 12 of his films, and I'll do them in order as well. His first film was this one, Following. There's the Blu-ray, and this is a really good one that's just come out. I'll let you can pause the video and you can look at all the special features. There's a lot on this one. This was his first film, and it was sort of like an experimental film. It only runs 1 hour and 10 minutes, which is surprising because a lot of Nolan's films are maybe a little bit on the long side. So I'll just have a look. I've just recently unwrapped it. You also get this leaflet book in it. And it's a really good one. It's a bit difficult going through it one-handed because I'm holding the camera as well. But as you can see, there's a lot of interesting photos and text about the film. Looks really so it's going to be really interesting. I like it when you get freebies when you buy a Blu-ray. This looks a good read. So it's an interesting film, this first one, all about this guy who becomes obsessed following someone like a stalker. However, it all leads to tragedy. That's all I'll say about that. So a great start considering it's his first film. Proves what a good filmmaker he is. So that's Following from 1998. His next film was in 2000, Memento. And this is a film that you're going to have to watch more than once. There's the back of the box. As you can see, there's loads of special features on it. So it's a film you have to watch more than once because it's about this guy who has short-term memory loss. So he's trying to solve a crime, and because he keeps forgetting things, he's writing these little messages, important clues so he doesn't forget. Really interesting, and it sums up Nolan's work, whereby it's non-linear. So there's lots of going backwards and forwards, which I like. It keeps you interested in the plot. So that's a really outstanding film, actually. I'll have to watch it again. So I've already reviewed 2 of his 12 films on the channel. Insomnia I reviewed, as I did Tenet. So Insomnia I've already reviewed on the channel, so if you want to know what I think of it, just have to check the review. And this is probably one of his most underrated films. Al Pacino and Robin Williams are excellent in it, especially Robin Williams, who plays this villain. And it's against type because he usually plays, well, you can remember him from Mork and Mindy. That's the only character, Mark. But in this, he's playing a genuine villain. Now Pacino's over the top as usual. Great actors. Even Hilary Swank's good in it. So, and this one's like a standard police thriller. So it's not weird like a lot of Nolan's films are, non-linear. This is like a straightforward, more of a straightforward type of film. Great film though, very underrated. So that's Insomnia from 2002. Then in 2005 we get Batman Begins, the first of a trilogy of Batman films. Nice cover. So there's the back of the box, if you want to pause it. So this is well regarded. I've only seen it once, and I used to have a job doing night shift, and I remember putting it on, and I remember keep falling asleep. It's nothing to do with the film being bad. I was just so tired, and I can't even remember if I watched it all. I was so tired that night when I put it on. So I'm definitely going to have to watch this one again. So that's Batman Begins. Next, we've got The Prestige. This is an interesting film to do with magicians. About magic, about what you can say and not say. Michael Caine's in. Michael Caine was also in Batman Begins. He's in quite a few of Christopher Nolan's films. So The Prestige came out in 2006. It has a great ending which I'll not reveal. Then in 2008 he did the second of his Batman trilogy. And this is probably the best. In fact, it is the best of his Batman trilogy. About the Joker. And at the time, it was my favourite superhero film. But that's been overtaken by another Joker film, Joker. But this is a great film. Really an adult tone to it, which was really unusual at the time for a superhero film. It's more like a horror film. So that's A Dark Knight from 2008. Then in 2010 we got one of his most famous films, Inception. Great film, this one. Won't have to watch this one again because at the time it's a very complicated plot, but there's great effects in it. I remember it being really interesting at the time when watching this one, and I'm not surprised it's one of his most famous films. Then in 2012 he finished off his Batman trilogy with The Dark Knight Rises. And this is actually underrated. I really enjoyed it at the time. I thought the villain was great, Bane, with his creepy voice. A lot of people say it's not as good, but I thought it was a great film. Maybe a bit on the long side, but I thought it was really good, and I was pleased that it finished on a high. Great film, that. Then in 2014 he did Interstellar. This is another one of his complex films. It's sci-fi. It has brilliant effects. Very strange ending as well. So you can pause the video any time to read the back of these if you want to see what the extras and things are. So that's an interesting one if you like sci-fi. Then in 2017 he did a war film, Dunkirk. This is a really, at times, quite horrific, about people's point of view during Dunkirk. And the aerial scenes are brilliant. And he likes to do things for real. Like, if you can get away from CGI effects, he'd rather use real planes and everything. And it works. Really big epic war film. And it's non-linear as well. The storyline keeps going to different points of view, which it makes it really interesting. So it's one of these anti-war films. Then Tenet. And I had problems with this film. It's one I've reviewed. I think this is the only one that I don't like of his films. Even though it's sci-fi and I love sci-fi films, the trouble with this is the sound. The dialogue gets drummed out with the loud sound effects in the background. And with it being a complicated film, you need to be able to hear what the characters are saying to explain things. When you have loud sound effects and you can't hear the dialogue properly, it's all muffled, it truly spoils the experience. But hopefully when I rewatch it on Blu-ray, I'll understand the plot more. I could even watch it with subtitles if it's that bad. But it's the only one that I was disappointed with of his 12 films. So that was Tenet in 2020. And of course in 2023 we've got his classic Oppenheimer. This is a great film. There's a couple of things that I found disappointing though. It's way too long. I think it's over 3 hours. Although it's still a great film, all about the atomic bomb invention. And I also wish you'd have seen more after effects of the bomb exploding. Because when I watch films like this, I like to say the bomb go off and all the destruction. But you don't see as much of that I thought you'd see a lot more. But the characters are great, and the way the story goes, I thought it was excellent. I remember it being probably my favourite film of 2023. That and Barbie. But there is 12 films. I've reviewed 2 of them on the channel, so maybe one day I might review the other 10 and then rank them, do a ranking video. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. And he's one of the best modern directors, actually. I'm not really into modern films as much as older films, but I do like the Christopher Nolan films. And he's been rumoured he might be doing a Bond film. I've heard rumours that if he did one, he'd want to do 2 and possibly set them in the 1950s or 1960s. So there's been a lot of criticism saying, he'd be no good doing a Bond film. But I think it'd be an excellent choice to do one, because he's a great director. I'd like to see his take on the Bond series. So anyway, that's the Blu-rays. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe and share. Bye everybody. Bye. Bye.